Good night, good night. Very good night. I played in much more hostile environment, trust me. You guys can't touch me.
While it's true that public figures and athletes are subject to criticism, the treatment Novak Djokovic receives sometimes crosses the line.
He's been feeling it all match.
Someone in the crowd must have said something to Novak, and he's saying, come down to the court and say it to my face. So he's been a little bit on edge throughout this match as well.
You know who it is? The guy's drunk out of his mind. From the first point, he's been provoking. He's not here to watch tennis. He just wants to get in my head. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do about it? You heard him at least 10 times. I heard him 50 times. What are you going to do about it?
The disrespect and insults from reporters and fans have raised questions about why such a figure, who has accomplished so much for the sport, faces this persistent negativity. Djokovic often feels like an outsider in comparison to his main rivals. Federer and Nadal have enjoyed overwhelming fan support, with the tennis community and media frequently praising their sportsmanship and style of play. In contrast, Djokovic, who shares similar, if not superior success on the court, has had to contend with a different narrative, one that often paints him as a disruptor or villain.
You said about Novak that he had a sick obsession with wanting to be liked.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
I felt when he came on court, he always, and I reckon he's listened to this, and because now when he goes on court, he doesn't care. He goes on court and he's okay at being a villain. Like when people scream out to him, and I watched him, they poke the bear and he turns around and he ends up playing amazing and he can't be beaten. And early in his career, I felt like he always wanted the crowds to be on his side. He always wanted people to embrace him.
After years of disrespect, Djokovic also changed his behavior towards the media.
How do you feel your mindset is when there is some disrespect from the crowd? Does it help you play better?
Do you have any other questions other than the crowd? Or, are you focused only on that, or any questions about the match or something like that? Or is it solely focused on that?
Well, your immediate reaction after was...
Well, I mean, this is the third question already. I mean, I said what I have to say. I mean,
what's it been like to be something of the bad guy chasing after Roger and Rafa all these years?
I don't consider myself a bad guy, but I mean, it's your opinion. But I'm not chasing anybody. I'm making my own path and my own journey and, you know, my own history. So
when you threw the racket, does it concern you that one day that could cost you dearly? I mean, if the ball had hit someone today, is that something you think you ought to address?
You guys are unbelievable.
Why is it unbelievable?
Yeah, because you're always picking this kind of things. It's incredible.
You keep doing these things. You know, that's
I keep doing these things. Well, why don't I get suspended then?
I'm saying you were close, weren't you? That's what I'm saying.
I'm close. I'm still not suspended, so if I'm not close, I'm not close.
If that ball had hit a spectator, it could have been serious.
It could have been, sure. Or it could have snowed. It could have been snow in O2 Arena today, but it didn't.
So you don't think that gives you're not concerned about your mindset?
So I'm the only player that shows his frustration on the court, right? That's what you want to say. I'm the only player that is showing that.
You are showing it though. So
sorry?
You're one of the top-ranked players in the world.
So
you are showing this frustration. I'm asking you, do you think it's an issue for you?
It is not an issue for me. It's not the first time that I did it.
Oh, no. Right. Next question, please.
Something that you don't know about Novak Djokovic is that he was treated like this from the beginning of his career, and this next reporter is proof of that.
Today, Novak Djokovic, and what do we know about him, and what can you expect from him?
Not a lot. This kid is the youngest kid in the draw. He just turned 18 last week. He's tall and he's skinny and he's very, very hungry. In fact, when you look at him, it looks like he's hungry literally and figuratively.
Those insults by the reporters didn't pass unnoticed, and Djokovic won the tournament at the end. Reporters, analysts, and commentators have sometimes portrayed Djokovic as petulant or overly dramatic on the court, focusing on minor controversies and exaggerating his reactions in tense moments. In stark contrast, when Federer or Nadal show frustration, it's often framed as passion or competitiveness.
Near sideline. The ball was called out.
He was talking to me. Yeah, come on. I wasn't allowed to challenge like after 2 seconds. The guy takes like 10.
Well, it was a problem for him early in his career, and the crowd now has turned positive for Roger.
No, he's missed it. And he is
is less than impressed.
Smacks his legs here. I'm not sure as if he's saying, get down, lower.
Djokovic's on-court celebrations, such as his habit of gesturing to the crowd and showing his emotions after important points, are sometimes criticized as excessive or attention-seeking.
Stunning finish. It's 36. Full of quality, full of class. The heart of this man just gets bigger.
However, similar displays from other players are often lauded as an authentic expression of their love for the game.
One of the greats is Rafael Nadal, and one of the best at this type of shot.
Moreover, Djokovic's opinions and actions off the court have led to disproportionate criticism in certain media circles. His views on personal health, which include some skepticism towards certain medical practices, have been sensationalized. While it's fair to debate or disagree with his perspectives, the tone of the criticism has often been more accusatory than analytical, painting Djokovic in a negative light.
Family was initially concerned when you were losing weight, right?
Yes, they were initially concerned, and I was actually starting to get rid of the red meat as well, because I felt like I had to put a lot of energy and effort into digestive process to digest the meat. So and that would take a lot of essential energy that I need for for my focus, for the recovery, for the next training session or for the next match. That was the initial point of the journey that got me to the point where I am at the moment, where I'm eating plant-based.
Djokovic has, for the most part, responded to this adversity with grace and resilience. He has acknowledged that he cannot control how fans or the media perceive him and has focused on his love for tennis. At the same time, Djokovic has not been shy about addressing the issue. In various interviews, he has expressed his frustration with the constant comparisons to Federer and Nadal, as well as the fact that his accomplishments are sometimes downplayed in favor of narratives that cast him in a negative light.
I'm not chasing anybody. I'm making my own path and my own journey and my own history. So I'm privileged to be part of the history of this sport that I love, and I am who I am, and I'm happy with that. Thank you.
In 2021, after winning the French Open, Djokovic gave an emotional speech in which he thanked his supporters, but also recognized that not everyone appreciates his journey. He has repeatedly stated that he plays for his own satisfaction and for the fans who do support him, rather than trying to win over those who will never fully embrace him. Djokovic's place in the pantheon of tennis legends is secure, regardless of how he is treated in the moment. Eventually, the world will have to acknowledge not just his greatness, but also the resilience he has shown in the face of persistent disrespect and hostility.